The inductees have been announced, and it's not a lot, so I'll just read through all of them, and we can discuss who we want to discuss. Um, so you got Bad Company,
Uh-huh.
Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden, The White Stripes, Salt and Pepper, Warren Zevon, Tom Bell, Nikki Hopkins, Carol Kay, and Lenny Waronker. I have no idea how to pronounce this dude's name. Um, yeah, so those are this year's Hall of Fame in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Um, yeah, so congratulations to all of them. I'll be honest, I don't know like half of this list. I know Chubby Checker because of Do the Twist.
Yes. Same.
I remember my aunt used to like to do that. She would grab me and she'd be like, "Let's do the twist."
Nice. We had this we had this CD. It was called, I think, Dance Party Favorites. So
Okay,
it had all of them. It had the twist. I remember because the twist was actually the first song on the compilation. But it had the twist, it had the electric slide, it had YMCA,
oh, they
uh,
had all the bangers.
anything that you could that had some sort of call and response. It was on that Dance Party Favorites album.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know Do the Twist from there. And then I guess keeping it familial, my dad really likes Cyndi Lauper. He
Really?
used to listen to her music. Yeah, my dad used to listen to her music, and we always used to make fun of it and him. And
Mhm.
then I remember years ago when Nicki Minaj sampled Cyndi Lauper, I was like, "Oh, I got to show my dad." And yeah, so my dad is a Cyndi Lauper fan, so I know Cyndi Lauper. And then come on, Outkast. How can I not? Those are our guys.
Yeah, that's
Um, so that's cool. And I really like I mean they have different categories. So these most of the people there are from the performer category. Salt and Pepper are part of the musical influence award. And I think that is really cool because Salt and Pepper, some may argue not, but Salt and Pepper have a heavy influence on not only hip hop, but quote unquote girl rap, as you like to call it. Um, there's songs that they did back then that were groundbreaking and were not the norm, and today are the norm. And so I know a lot of people credit Foxy and Little Kim, but I don't think we give enough credit to Salt and Pepper for their influence. And so the fact that they got noted for influence, I think, really means a lot here.
yeah, I agree. I think they're so important to hip hop culture and to female hip hop culture. So definitely. I recognize a couple more of those names, but I don't remember the music. So
Mhm.
I know the name Soundgarden. I know the White Stripes. The White Stripes had a really popular song, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. But
Oh yeah, let me look it up.
I feel like if we know what the song is, then we'll probably be like, oh, duh.
Their most popular song on Spotify is called Seven Nation Army.
I don't know what that is.
The next one is Fell in Love with a Girl. And the third one is We're Going to Be Friends. I don't know any of these songs.
I don't know. I don't know any of those songs. But why? Why do I feel like I don't know? And maybe I do know one of those songs, but I don't know them by name or artists apparently, which is fine. I think this is cool. I think Outkast being a part of this is great. Well deserved. Um,
Absolutely.
it's definitely exciting to see their name there. It's exciting to see Salt and Pepper's name there. Um, because these are people who, we talk all the time. Whenever the Hall of Fame comes up, well, there's been a lot of Hall of Fames lately, but whenever
Yes.
the when we're talking about the Hall of Fame, we're talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Whenever it comes up, certain names pop up on the list, and we're like, that person hasn't been inducted yet, or that person hasn't been considered
Right.
yet. So I think it's super cool that that they made this pass this year. So good for them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just looking here at Thom Bell's um, bio. They have a bio for each uh, inductee,
Uh,
and I guess we know his work, but not necessarily him specifically,
okay.
because his bio says with a career that spanned more than 6 decades,
Mm-hmm.
producer slash arranger slash songwriter slash musician,
Mm-hmm.
Thom Bell was, along with Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, one of the mighty three figures in the creation of the Philadelphia sound, a brand of soul music typified by lush arrangements and sophisticated funk. It says a prolific creator, Bell's work crafting hit after hit for artists like the Delphonics, the Stylistics, the Spinners, and many more laid the groundwork for the disco of the 1970s and R&B of the 1980s. There's a few paragraphs here, but towards the end is where we know quite a few people. Um,
I mean, just you saying the Delphonics and the Stylistics alone, I'm like, oh, okay. Then we know,
right.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, the last paragraph. There's four paragraphs. I won't read everything.
Mm-hmm.
It says he did arrangement for the OJ's, um, Me and Mrs. Jones,
Okay.
one of your joints.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he produced for artists ranging from Dionne Warwick to Elton John to James Ingram. And then the
Mm-hmm.
last paragraph says Tom was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2006 and the Musicians Hall of Fame in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Bell said, quote, invariably when other producers and musicians would say that my sounds were odd for R&B, I would just tell them I don't do R&B, I do music. Bell passed away in 2022 and his influence can be heard in an array of soulful artists including David Bowie, Carole King, Hall and Oates, George Michael, Jill Scott, and Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay, so he's huge.
Yeah,
He's huge. And I'm sorry I didn't know that name. And I'm also sorry that he's not alive to receive his award.
yeah, yeah.
Because that's an amazing legacy to leave behind.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he seemed like he is sprinkled all throughout the music we love. So it's always interesting to me when I hear those type of names because there are so many people like this in music where you hear about a person and you're like, I don't know who this person is, and then you go through their work and you're like, oh, I actually know tons of stuff from this person. So I always think it's interesting when we hear that because today some of these people from behind the scenes are highlighted. Like we talk all the time about how the Dream and Neo write for Beyonce a lot. And today that's something that we know for a fact and that's highlighted, right? Like people are always saying like, man, the Dream is such an exceptional writer. Sean Kingston is such an exceptional writer. You know, we know these names, we know these people, but back in the days, those people didn't get the same amount of love and shine. It was kind of just like, oh yeah. I mean, even when we saw the Luther Vandross doc, we
Yeah.
spoke about up here how Luther did all this stuff that he didn't even know. Like
Yeah.
he was involved in so much stuff behind the scenes, arranging and writing and producing. We
Mhm.
had no clue. We didn't know any of that. And so I think it's good that these people are highlighted today. And yeah, it's messed up that he wasn't around to get his flowers. But I do appreciate that he's still getting light shown on him.
Yeah. No, I think it's amazing. Good for him.
So shout out to him and all the other inductees.